Support for Cinema Classics comes from Film Columbus, enriching our community to make Columbus a destination for film education, exhibition, and production. Learn more at filmcolumbus.com. Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to the shows every Thursday at 8:01 p.m. and online at Let me try that again. I want to say full shows. Okay. Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to the shows every Thursday night at 8:01 p.m. or full shows online at WCBE.org. I'm Johnny DiLoretto.
I'm John DeSando. This is Cinema Classics.
Yeah, it is.
All right. And there's some classic, like, subgenre stuff out there that I label Vigilante. Now, I'm inspired by Denzel Washington in Equalizer 2.
Yes.
And
I noticed from your little print off.
Our illustration here.
Yeah.
Now, what I thought we might want to put this in two ways. First of all, a vigilante who's bringing justice.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, a vigilante who's bringing revenge.
Interesting. That's interesting. Well, I think when you use the word vigilante, it is, you can't extricate it from the justice part.
Right.
Otherwise, yeah, revenge movie, like let's say Point Blank,
right,
with Lee Marvin, remade with Mel Gibson. He's like a seedy underworld criminal guy, and he's left for dead or whatever, and then he gets revenge on those guys. It's not vigilante justice because it's just revenge.
Right. And I have more vigilante than I do revenge on my list. But for instance, Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
What do you have that? Is that revenge?
No.
You don't think so?
No, not at all.
Not to protect her or whatever?
No, it's vigilante justice. He sees that, this little girl is being prostituted, and he's going to, dole out the requisite punishment.
Yeah.
And he does, in spectacularly bloody fashion.
When I
guy's finger gets blown up. Remember, he's shooting in the hallway, the guy's hands fly off, and the guy's getting hit in the face with
it's
the bullets.
One of the bloodiest sequences
so great
in film history. Now,
you know what? Most vigilante movies, I think, appeal to a really sort of base instinct, right? They're really sort of usually kind of dumb and visceral. Taxi Driver is not that. Taxi Driver is a hard psychological slog to the point where he explodes. So you don't get that satisfaction.
Yeah.
I mean, you do in Taxi Driver, but it's such a hard road to go psychologically.
One of the ones that anybody will bring up will be Death Wish.
Yes, of course. I used to watch that movie when I was a kid over and over again. Death Wish and Death Wish 2 and Death Wish 3 and Death Wish 4. He's like, he's holed up in a nursing home or something.
Is this revenge? Just revenge, or does it bleed over into just taking
both.
it out?
It's both,
right?
In the original, he seeks revenge for his family's murder.
Right.
And then he gets a taste for it.
Yeah.
And then he starts just going around the city taking guys out.
What about Prisoners?
Interesting movie.
Yeah.
Yes, it is definitely vigilante. I see that as vigilante.
But hasn't his daughter...
Yeah, so in Prisoners, Hugh Jackman believes that Paul Dano has abducted his daughter and his friend's daughter.
Right.
He's convinced that it's him.
Right.
And so he can't get, nothing legal sticks to this kid. And so, yeah, he kidnaps him and chains him to a tub in a gutted out house and tortures him.
Right.
And
So is it a combo, do you think? A combo of revenge and vigilante?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is, but there's that legal component there that he is trying to mete out justice where the system has failed to do so.
Right. Would you say then the same way for Dark Knight?
Yeah, Batman is a vigilante.
Okay, but he has reasons for revenge, right? Because of his parents, or?
Yeah, but that happened when he was a kid. I don't know. There's so many iterations of that story.
Yeah.
We don't know who was responsible. In one version, the Joker did it. Another version, some other guy did it. And a gangster did it. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Doesn't matter. That's what sets him on the path.
Yeah.
Of vigilantism.
Yeah. One I thought you might appreciate, Magnum Force.
Yeah. That that is really great. So Dirty Harry comes out in 1971, right? And there was such a visceral reaction to it. Obviously, it was a big hit. But this is interesting, John, because of how prominent critics were at that time, how strong the voices were. So Pauline Kael claimed that Dirty Harry was a fascist fantasy, and that it was, almost pornographic in its fascism. And obviously, Clint Eastwood and Don Siegel didn't intend any of that to come through. But when they made Magnum Force, the sequel 2 years later, they specifically addressed the accusations of fascism. So it's the group of vigilante motorcycle cops who wear their jack boots, their helmets,
right,
that they're meting out
That's
vigilante
correct, yeah.
justice, but it's not according to his moral code.
So it's a vigilante going after vigilantes.
Yes.
It's
really great.
Now, what about then Gran Torino, taking a different look at Clint Eastwood? He's got a next-door neighbor who tried to steal his car.
Right, then he becomes friends with
Then
him.
he becomes friends.
Korean kid.
Yeah, Korean kid. So certainly not as violent at all as anything that we've been talking about. And I don't know whether it even fits in our vigilante
I think
motif.
it's mostly, I guess it's mostly revenge. Really, he's boy, let me think about that one for a quick second. He's in this neighborhood, right? This downtrodden neighborhood where you have poor black people and poor Korean people living side by side, and there's all this racial tension and gang tension, and Clint Eastwood is kind of navigating that. I don't know that he sets out to be a vigilante or get revenge, but he does. It's more almost like a bullying thing. He sees this kid being bullied, and then he sacrifices himself.
So it really doesn't fit into our vigilante.
No, so you can cut all of that out.
I don't know. I just think it's nice that we can discount something.
What else you got on there?
Well, I do have, I think, one of the common, well, I'm going to ask you, vigilante or revenge for Taken?
Interesting. Taken is a revenge movie.
Yeah, I think so. Liam Neeson, his daughter's been abducted.
Pure revenge.
Right, yeah. Now, does he, I've forgotten, there have been two or three.
See, that's the interesting distinction, isn't it? Because the legality stuff doesn't enter into Taken. There's not a question of who did it and are they being punished for it. He is going to find out who did it and punish them.
Yes.
So that's the fine line.
Yeah. And here's one that I think is interesting for our topic: Django Unchained.
Okay.
So I think it's been, I'm trying to remember here, is his wife, something about his wife. He's going to find his wife?
Right. They were separated.
Right.
And he's going to go to the plantation where she's
a
slave and free her.
Yeah.
And that's revenge.
Yeah, that's revenge. And others on my list, Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Vigilante.
Right. Falling Down. Did you remember that with Michael Douglas?
I saw it one time years ago. I don't remember being much impressed with it.
Well, but I think as far as our theme goes, it's a vigilante movie, right? I guess he just gets mad. He's just frustrated. Like a baseball bat.
But he's frustrated with everything.
Yeah.
It's not that he's got this single-minded drive for lawfulness.
Yeah. Well,
wait, did you see the new Death Wish with Bruce Willis?
I did not.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's okay.
I know, but we're looking at another revenge or...
speaking of, because you have Denzel on here.
Right.
These Equalizer movies, such great little B movies.
Oh, I think so too. I agree with you.
They are great little vigilante movies.
They are.
The kind of movie that when I was 12, I would have gone to the theater multiple times.
I know, and it is worth seeing. And there's a soft Denzel in here.
Yeah.
But there's a Denzel, talk about kick-ass. There's a Denzel that decimates everybody.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
How old is that guy?
He's at least in his 50s, and maybe 60s. But he's terrific.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and he has a great bank account. And perhaps there'll be an Equalizer 3.
I would love it.
At which point we can see how he's upgraded.
Yeah.
The vigilante revenge motif.
Bye.